We were cruising through the stars, my buddy and I, in the black void of space where the stars seemed to fly. We set the quantum drive, the engines roared alive. I took a step down and things went awry. It was just a simple stare, nothing out of place. But then without a warning, I was lost in space. One moment I was there, the next I was gone, floating in the darkness. Man, what went wrong? What the hell went wrong? Fuck, I did it again, tried to walk down a stair. Got all twisted up, left floating in despair. Now I'm stranded out here like a fool with no class, begging you, my friend, come back and save my ass. I hit the comms, panic, dude, you won't believe I'm floating out here, no way to conceive. What the hell just happened? My ship's out of sight, and I'm praying that you'll turn back and make it right. The void's getting colder, my oxygen's thin. The stars are so pretty when your sight's going dim. I see you on my radar, but you're miles away. If you don't come quick, man, I may not see another day. Fuck, I did it again, tried to walk down a stair. Got all twisted up, left floating in despair. Now I'm stranded out here like a fool with no class, begging you, my friend, come back and save my ass. Sure is an ass. Oh, is it ass? Is it a cruel joke of fate, or maybe just a glitch? Totally a glitch. I'm not quite sure, but goddamn sure is a bitch. So I'm yelling through the comms, hoping you'll respond, wishing I was back to where I truly belong. But you're finally turning, I see the engine flare, and man, when you find me, I'm not leaving my chair. Fuck, I did it again, tried to walk down a stair. Got all twisted up, left floating in despair. Now I'm stranded out here like a fool with no class, begging you, my friend, come back and save my ass. You're a big ass. You pulled me back in, and I'm swearing this time I'll keep my feet planted, I won't cross that line. But deep in my heart, I know it's not the end. In this crazy star system, I'll be back out again. Fuck, I did it again, but this time I'm alright. Gonna keep my ass planted through the entire flight. But if I find myself floating in the cold, empty space, you know who to call to come save my ass. Yeah, we laugh about it now, but I'll never forget the time I was drifting, cause the step I regret. Sure, did regret, lost in the darkness with hope wearing thin. But you found me in time, you brought me back in. So here's to the glitches, the bugs and the friends. It's always the glitches in this wild universe where the journey never ends. Whoa, is it ass? Whoa, is an ass.
All right, and we're live. Sorry about that short delay. We're a little late today too. Oh, oh, I got feedback. 2 seconds.
What's the feedback? Is it positive?
There we go.
There you
No, we're good. All right.
Is it
So,
constructive?
no, it is not constructive feedback. It is horrible feedback. All right. So, welcome, citizens, to another podcast of the Captain's Log. We're here aboard the H.N.S Watch Tower. the Drake Kraken patrolling the star lanes in Pyro, and I got here as usual my crew with me. I've got Stompy, who is one of our fighter pilot extraordinaires, who is landed for a refuel, and so he's got some free time to come and talk with us.
Howdy.
We got Acid Puff here, who is one of our most faithful Marines guarding the hallways of the H.N.S Watch Tower.
I have a dinosaur.
And last but not least, we have he's not on camera. He turned his camera off. But we have Nocturus, who has been promoted this week to Pad 4 Polisher. He's currently on break right now because Stompy's ship is being refueled on Pad 4. So, welcome,
I need
guys.
my
Welcome to
pad
the show.
polished. Nox, you're over here next.
Make sure you tip him well because there's a fine job, if you know what I'm saying. Polishes it real nice.
Real nice, man.
Yeah.
But as the title
We're talking
says,
about
guys,
pads, not hangers.
as the title says, we're going to be talking about the star systems coming out in 1.0 release. So, I guess without further ado, we should probably get right into it. Bring up the holo viewer here, right there. And right now I've got Stanton open. So we already know all about Stanton. We've already flown through it. We've actually moved on to the next star system. We don't really like the regulations that the UEE puts on us, so we've moved into Pyro. So let's go ahead and start there in Pyro.
Yeah, we don't vote to change things. We just leave.
Yes. All right, guys. So with Pyro, I mean, we know it's coming. We know it's literally around the corner, and we're chomping at the bit to get the rest of our crew in here. So, what do you think? What do you think the system has to offer us? I mean, just logistically speaking. I mean, we've been around, we've scanned it a bit, we kind of know what's coming, but let's talk about it a bit.
Well, so first off, how many planets are there in Pyro?
Well, let's take a look here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 planets, and they each have moons, I assume. Yes.
Not all of them, no.
No, some of them.
So
don't.
let's
Okay.
scroll in a bit. Let's take a look.
Because that's the first thing that, like, I think is gonna be a factor people recognize with Pyro is that with Stanton we have this system and we've got our 4 planets, and our planets each have moons. They don't all have the same number of moons, but they have moons. And I think people are gonna get here and they're gonna kind of expect, like, okay, you have your planet and then it has its moons, and so like each planet you can kind of just, like with Stanton, you have a lot of people who just hang out in Hurston, and people who hang out in Microtech, and on occasion they might venture out for a reason or two. But like in Pyro, like it's gonna be like, it looks like you have Pyro 1, and Pyro 1's a planet and it has no moons.
Right.
So all there is at Pyro 1 is Pyro 1. And then maybe there's stuff outside that's like debris in the field. Maybe there's like not a comm array but a station. Like,
well, in the same
kind of...
in the same orbit path as Pyro 1, you have the I don't even know how to pronounce this. Akiro cluster.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't know if
see
that
that,
orbits with the planet, like on the opposing side of the star, or if if Pyro 1 has to pass through that cluster each and every time it orbits.
That's interesting. Probably gonna like it's probably going to orbit on its own orbit.
Yeah,
Well, if it's on the
is
same
that way.
exact, if it's in the same
Yeah.
exact orbit, then they would never meet.
Well,
Really,
If
What
they
I
were
mean
on
to
a
say
slight different orbit,
what I mean to say
then
is
they might.
it exists, but it exists almost equally on the opposite side of Pyro 1, and it's on the same ring as Pyro 1. So either it orbits with Pyro 1, or Pyro 1 orbits through it every single year.
No, because that asteroid cluster, that Akiro cluster, I'm assuming in lore is probably an old planet called Akiro, and that cluster is due to the planet blowing up and asteroid hitting it, what have you. But they would still have its orbit around its host star. So it would orbit wherever it is. So it probably orbited when it was a planet opposite of Pyro 1, and they had a simultaneous just they went around each other perfectly without touching, and the asteroid cluster probably will do the same thing. And they will probably keep it like that because, for one, designing the planet to go through that is craziness, but also like it would create for a cool experience if you're on the planet. It's like, oh, we're entering the cluster, like shit's gonna get chaotic. But I highly doubt they put that in the game, and I don't think physically in space that's how it would work. I think that cluster would continue its original orbit and have
Well,
its maintain its similar gravity structure until it split up into a ring like around Saturn.
well, yeah, because I mean, without
It's
it being held together, it would eventually disperse, and it
Yeah,
would its orbit would degrade into the star.
but if you look at it on the star map here, you see that it's clustered and more dense towards the inside of the cluster and spreads out, which looks very much like a planet that exploded.
Yeah,
And that's
that's
kind of what
definitely
I
a good
think.
theory. I don't see anything on the info discs stating anything like that. It just says that most of it's
it's a
not.
celestial object. So the celestial object categorize it as a planet with orbiting capabilities, or like a planet technically.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't say. So I mean,
Yeah, its information is low.
Acid's information or Acid's explanation seems to be probably closer to the point, but there doesn't seem to be any lore here on the map that we can kind of go off of.
No, and
So
when
I,
you click its information, it literally says a charred cluster of blackened asteroids, while mostly worthless, some rare materials can be found here. And that's it.
right.
That's all you know about
However,
that.
if it does orbit, like if it indeed does orbit, which, oh, I just kind of threw myself out of the system. Um, that means that Checkmate Station also goes through the edge of that asteroid field. If it doesn't orbit, I mean.
Yeah, which
And here's
again would be a
Well,
problem for like designing that into the game, because
I
then you would
mean,
have like this random collision event. Like they
do
already gave us the
planets
Pyro
orbit?
Star.
I mean, have you seen
Yes,
Checkmate Station? It looks pretty
technically,
beat the hell up.
Notch brings
Planets,
up a good point
moons,
though.
asteroids, comets, stars are celestial objects that do orbit. By the
But
way,
in game, I think he means like technically our planets aren't orbiting their stars. Like in
yes,
Stanton,
yeah,
which like
yeah,
is a good point. Like these things are
is the
probably
game. You're
going
right.
to be stationary. Like
Yeah,
if they ever introduced the real physics, which would be
Yeah.
awesome. But I
that would
mean,
be great.
you wouldn't see that though unless you were playing the game over the course of time. And some
Yeah,
of
you'd
these
only
shouldn't have
realize
a
the difference.
year-long orbit. It'll be longer. Like
Mm,
Pluto has
Yeah,
never made a full orbit since we found it. So
mhm.
like
yeah.
there's some of these planets should be like hundreds of years of to make one full
But
rotation.
is Pluto a planet?
It's a dwarf planet.
So here's the other cool thing. Monox, it's not actually on an orbital ring. It sits above the orbital ring. The ring that you see on the map, that's for Checkpoint Station. So
Yeah,
I don't think
technically.
Monox has an orbit.
Maybe not.
Might be at some sort of Lagrange point.
A
Well,
planetary
here's
Lagrange
the
point.
thing
Interesting.
though. Monox is coreless, which means it doesn't have a center of gravity compared to most planets. So
Yeah, so
it
it might
not
have an
having an
oblong.
orbit would be, that would make
Well,
sense.
Well, it may not have
but
a
if it needs
core.
to have needs to have some orbit, or it's
It-
going to just fall into the star.
Right. I mean, it has mass,
Yeah.
right? So it may not have a core in the traditional sense. It may be that the core is cooled, which means it's the only hot part of the planet is probably going to be whatever's facing the sun.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm no physicist or anything. So moving out from Monox, aka Pyro 2, we have Bloom.
And Bloom is supposed to be like actually really pretty. Like the pictures I've seen of it is like a really cool looking planet. I'm sure they all look good in their own way, but
Was
I've
that
seen
space
some of the
territory
clouds
or
and
that
stuff.
snow territory in Star Wars? Hoth?
Hoth. Yeah.
Hoth. That's what I'm looking forward to.
So Bloom is an icy planet. However, it does have a breathable atmosphere, according to the information here. But it is heavily overrun with outlaws, which I'm okay with because that means I have a lot of people to kill.
My people.
It's our people. But
Let's
Bloom,
see. What
what
other
is
information
Stephen
can we
talking
find here? Habitable.
No,
Wait, it says habitable, no, but it says it has a breathable atmosphere. I'm confused.
I mean,
many
if it just
outlaws.
because it has a breathable atmosphere doesn't make it habitable. Like, there are more things than just being able to breathe
Look,
that
man,
can
you can ship your
be
water
a
in. It's all
factor.
good. Just,
I mean, yeah,
find a nearby asteroid that's made of ice. I guess it's a comet.
yeah.
Anyways, so then we have Bloom, and that does have its own orbital line, so that's good. Um, that is Pyro 3. Now here's the most interesting part. Pyro 4 doesn't have its own orbital line. According to lore, Pyro 4 did at one point until it passed Pyro 5 enough times that it became an orbital body of Pyro 5.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I see that.
So Pyro 5 is
Yeah.
really going to be a huge spot because not only does Pyro 5 have Pyro 4 orbiting it, it also has a cluster,
6 other
a
moons.
little like yeah, 6 other moons that are orbiting in that area, which one of them
Wow.
orbits Pyro 4. But you'll have a lot going on in that system, which is going to be a chaotic system, and then the rest of Pyro is going to be a lot more of like a no man's land.
Pyro is going to be 2 solar systems in 1 solar system. You have
Literally.
Pyro 5, which hasn't lit on fire yet, and and then you have Pyro, the star, which obviously is is that a red dwarf?
Pyro.
What is the information on Pyro?
I'm
Pyro
if I had to
is
guess, I would say red giant.
it's a dwarf K star. I'm not sure what
So
K
that
stands for, scientifically speaking, but it's probably a star
um,
like ours.
if I remember, I think K might be main sequence. It's been a while since I took astronomy.
Is that one of our late joiners?
It
A
is.
dwarf
Hello.
K star, also known as an orange dwarf, is a type of star
Okay.
that's considered a Goldilocks star for hosting life-friendly planets. So it is
Yeah, because
that
I was
is
about to say,
an orange dwarf.
I thought the sun was a K class star.
And it might be, well, because of that description.
I guess that's why they say K class planets in Star Trek too. No, what the? I did not want
That
to
would
leave
make
that solar
sense.
system. So, anyways, we're currently in the middle of talking about the planets of Pyro right now. We're going to move on to some of the other solar systems that are solar systems that are going
Star
to be
system.
developed for 1.0. So right now we've talked about Pyro 1, 2, and 3. We're talking about Pyro 4 specific, well, Pyro 5, I guess, right now, and then we'll go back to Pyro 4 since it's an orbital body of Pyro 5. But yeah, I mean, the drawbacks you're going to have about Pyro 5 is there's no space station even anywhere near. The closest space station to Pyro 5 is Terminus, and that's still a ways off. That's like a
It's
jump
very far
between
off.
Crusader and Microtech, maybe a little bit further. And
Those are going to be big jumps too. I don't think people really understand that. Maybe they're seeing some of it in like the what is it, Evocati?
yeah,
Where they're
so
testing now.
Avocado
Stanton
testing.
Stanton is a big star system, but nowhere near as big as Pyro. Pyro is at least 2 times larger than Stanton is.
Okay, fair.
I think it's closer to like 3 or 4.
I thought Sol was like Sol's supposed to be like 7 times larger, right? Or is it 6 times?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 6 or 7, something like that.
Either way, it is a huge system, massive system, compared
Huge.
to what we're used to. Huge.
Huge.
So anyways, Pyro 5 is a gas giant. There's no landing on it. There's no, I mean, maybe in the future there might be some gas harvesting that can be done on Pyro 5, but generally speaking, there's not going to be anything to do with Pyro 5. Everything you do at Pyro 5 is going to be in orbit of it, and so that takes us to Pyro 4. Pyro 4, let's see. In the distant past, Pyro 4 collided with a planet-sized mass. So that means that obviously it's not livable. habitable because it collided, so the atmosphere is probably caked with a bunch of crap. But there's also probably a huge chunk missing out of the planet as well. That being said, it knocked the planet off of its orbital path and into the gravitational force of Pyro 5. There's no information about what resources are going to be there, but it is the largest orbital body of Pyro 5. So,
Well, yeah, because it's a whole ass other planet.
because there's no stations nearby, a lot of people are going to be building their own bases in this area. They'll be building on any of these moons or Pyro 4 itself in order to try and reap the resources that is in this small area of space. Smaller area of space, I should say. This is probably the orbit of Pyro 5 is probably half the size of little smaller than half the size of what do you call it? Stanton.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Pyro 5 is huge. It's bigger than Crusader.
Yeah,
That
True.
makes sense.
Real factual.
it's probably
Based
closer
in
to-
logic.
Mhm.
Well, because what scale, like factoring in scale, what size is Crusader supposed to be? Is it supposed to be like Saturn or more like Jupiter?
It's like a quarter scale of Saturn, I think.
It's huge.
Well, right, but what I'm saying is like
Absolutely.
factoring that in, what is it factoring that 1/6 scale, what is it supposed to
Sixth.
what is its size supposed to be representative of?
That I don't know. I haven't gone
I think
into
it just is its
measuring.
own thing.
Damn.
Plus, I mean, just like with our ships, we're not going to know the actual size of a planet until it actually gets into game. So once they
Yeah.
finally finish Pyro and they launch it, then we can find its measurements and we can compare it
Well,
to actual.
I was more referring to like, because if we know it's going to be bigger than if we know it's going to be bigger than Crusader, my question was like, how does Crusader scale up?
Not huge.
Not huge.
I would just say smaller, I guess. I don't know.
I think part of that is gonna have to be like just experienced. Like it's gonna be hard to
That's
really know
fair.
until you make that flight. And
Yeah.
you're just like, oh
Yeah.
holy shit! Like this took me longer than it took me to get from R-Corp to fucking Daymar. Yeah.
Well, that's
So
fair,
mine-
but it's
Are
also
they going to
going.
speed up quantum time? Though is my question. Like, I'm kind of curious.
Well, yeah, speed of quantum is they changed that probably in preparation for this shit because they realized like with these distances, like people are gonna be sitting in quantum for like minutes if they're running certain components and they don't
Oh, yeah.
upgrade. So now like everybody's going much faster, which is beneficial.
Well, I
But-
remember
So-
back when I did the original Pyro playtest last year. It fucking took forever in Akani.
Even with an
I
Excel
was
one
used-
or just standard?
I don't remember. I think it was just standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was because those jumps were huge,
Stop. Yeah.
like crazy
Well,
far.
aren't they all? Didn't they also say they were scaling it down after that playtest?
For Pyro?
Probably.
I
No.
would hope so.
Well, I thought you meant the quantum, or like the.
No,
quantum
it
distance.
was scaled down because it didn't include the outer planets like Pyro 5 or
Yeah.
Terminus.
Oh,
Like
The
Oh,
play
shit.
It's
test
just the
itself
inner-
was smaller.
Well, the playtest,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, but I was more referring to. I thought they changed the actual scale of the full system versus
I don't think so.
versus what they were going to make it the full system before the playtest.
So the last planet in the orbital, I guess, system. I don't know. I don't have words today, so forgive me. The last planet around Pyro, the star, is Terminus. Terminus does have a station around it that is Ruin Station. I believe there's going to be 4 separate stations in the system that are going to be NPC controlled. The other thing that's very
You're
worth
each
knowing,
controlled by a different faction, right?
something like that.
Yes.
No, I think the Rough Riders
Rough
Rough and
Rough
Ready?
and Ready, I thought it was.
So Rough and Ready are, I believe they're the ones who own the stations.
Okay. I thought that there were a couple that were controlled by Xenothreat.
I honestly don't remember.
Because
There
I
are
remember
4
they were all
factions.
rough and ready in the playtest, but I thought in CitizenCon they mentioned they were wanting each one to be controlled by a different faction. Like have one
Yeah.
be the fucking people for Pyro or whatever it is.
Yeah, Citizens for
The
Pyro
fucking
is one of them.
yeah, the
I-
fucking communist sounding one.
Them damn commies.
Are you trying to say they're Chinese?
No,
Hey, there's plenty
Chinese
of
are not
people
the
that are
only communists.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
sorry, Russians too. My bad.
Krindor gets it.
And Koreans.
Anyways, so Terminus, you don't wanna go land on Terminus and take your helmet off. It would smell really bad. It is a
Probably kill
methane
you.
laced
No worse than my
atmosphere. Yeah, well, I mean it is methane, so yes, it's about that worse.
About that worse?
Yes.
About
don't,
that worse.
Why do you think
don't
they
mind
keep
me.
putting me in? Why do you think they keep putting me in
No,
vacuum
it's about that worse.
positions?
What
It's
about
because no
compared to
one can
Osama's
stand to
mustard
have me in
gas?
atmosphere.
Day.
Look,
True.
look, you keep talking back to me. I'm gonna have to demote you again.
No, I can't go back to pad 3.
It's a smaller pad.
The
You'll be fine.
horrors.
Is Checkmate Station just by itself?
Yeah, it has its own orbital path, which passes by
Interesting.
Pyro 3. Pyro 3?
2. Monarchs.
2, yes. It passes by Pyro 2, which doesn't seem to have its
What are
own
you doing,
orbital
dog?
path. It's above the orbital path.
Interesting.
I'm surprised that that's the case, and it's not. Excuse me, just a angled one. Trying to think what system it's.
Every
Or
time it
what,
passes by Monox, they have to like amp the power generators to increase the gravitational deck plating, so that way you don't like float as it passes by the planet. So
Which
one,
actually makes me wonder if, because you said it's coreless, right? So I'm wondering, did the core cool, or did they just go and
well, I mean,
split
it's
No,
not
it
they
off?
hollowed
they
out.
mined it out.
Oh, did
Okay,
they?
so it's
Yeah.
just like Mars, where it's just a dead world. Then
Yeah, basically.
I think it'd be awesome if we could actually fly inside that. That'd be
that
I'd
would
live
be a
inside
lot of
so
fun.
fucking cool.
That
Maybe
would
we can
be.
blow it up like the Millennium Falcon did with the Death Star.
Light it up.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the final thing to note is that Pyro is a very unstable star. Even though it's K class, it is very unstable.
As I am hesitant to remember, I have to bring up the repressed trauma of the solar flares.
Well, good
Repressed trauma.
news. You're not gonna have to deal with solar flares in 4.0 at least.
Really? They
They
turn those
removed
off?
that. They removed like all of the features except for server meshing and pyro for the
Wow.
first
Well,
release.
so they removed.
Lame.
Because I did see they removed engineering for 4.0, which I personally,
I'm okay with that. 100% okay
yeah,
with
no,
that.
that's what I
Here's
was gonna
what
say.
here's what they removed. I have a list. They removed life support, engineering, fire hazard, fire extinguisher, solar burst, charge drain, and transit system refactor. Those are
That makes-
removed from 4.0.
It makes
Wait a
no
minute, hold
sense
on.
that they removed solar burst from it when they had
I
it in
know.
the preview.
It makes no
I know.
sense that they would remove the transit system from 4.0 because they need to refactor the transit system to handle server meshing. That was the whole point
Yep.
of transit, of it being refactored,
Yep.
which means
Yeah,
we're not
Fuck it.
getting Pyro?
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck
No,
it, we'll do
we're
it live.
getting bare bones pyro.
we'll
Like,
do it
that's-
through 4.0. Or
Literal-
we'll do it in 1.0.
Literal Bill O'Reilly vibes. Fuck it, we'll do it live, dude.
Maybe
Fuck
they
it.
took notes with fucking up Stanton so hard. They gotta be like, okay, guys, we gotta go like baby steps in like 0.5 millimeter increments this time. Leaps and bounds are the dreams, but we cannot
mean-
break the game any further.
It's like there's like they have server meshing barely starting out, and I guarantee you it's such a hard thing that they're like, let's just eliminate everything, let's get it down, and then like Zombie said, it's just one
And
by one.
that's honestly very fair considering considering like how much how much shit there was just from adding the long-term persistence.
Yeah, and like I'm fine with it if it means like it's gonna come in like a .1 or whatever patch. Like that's fine.
I'm fine with as long as it
Nope.
means that it's going to come in a better state. And in a
Yes, I
more
think that is
Yeah.
ultimately what it means.
Yeah,
As long as
as
it's
long as
more
it's gonna
polished.
come, well, I think we're all satisfied. I think we
I-
can agree.
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
long as it's
100%.
gonna
Oh,
come,
yeah.
as long as it's gonna come, we're all gonna come.
Yeah, yes, yes. They come, we
I'm
come.
gonna come.
If you
Everybody
build it,
comes.
they will come.
They will.
Do
All
not
right.
come.
So there's a few more important
Do
things to
not
note
come.
about Pyro. First and foremost, aside from the I can never say this right. Akiro cluster. There we go. Aside from the Akiro cluster, there's no other belts anywhere that we know of off the top of our heads, at least according
Right.
to this map. So
Well, I thought there were a bunch of them just dotted around at like the Lagrange points in the playtest, at least.
Pyro, I mean, unless they added them after and not updated this map, which is highly possible, by the way, because they
Highly
liked it.
likely, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
I
map
think
doesn't
they
show.
They
mostly
wouldn't be on top of
forgot.
their shit.
I think
Well,
they
this map
mostly
has-
forgot that the arc map exists.
Yeah.
Probably. So this map doesn't show any of those places. So if they exist, they will be in game and not here. But that being said, with the information that I have here in front of me, we have one place that we can go into space and mine. Everything else is going to be planet or moon side, which means that Pyro 5 is probably going to be the most abused location for gathering resources that we can currently tell. I mean,
sure.
7 orbital bodies within close proximity of each other that you can go and mine different resources from.
Oh, finally.
You say interdiction much?
I can.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely
Piracy?
won't be in Pyro 5. We're probably not going to be hanging out there at
Nope.
all. Nope,
Ever.
not going to be there.
We're not.
I
we're
can-
actually not leaving Stanton.
I can promise
Doing
we
a
will
little
not be
piracy?
trying to interdict other people.
Nope. Yep.
Oh, and I
No,
can't
that-
say. I can't
that's
say
free
with
for
the
now.
actions of the individual.
That darn Griefernet scum.
Those boogeymen.
All right. So we've talked about all the points of interest, the larger points of interest in Pyro. Let's talk about the connections. So Pyro is first and foremost right off of Stanton, but it also has a few other connections. We have Terra, Stanton. Oh, I saw there it is. Oso. Also, whatever you want to pronounce that.
He lives.
Right next
I
to the
do.
Hey, there he is. All right, so right next to the star, we have a connection jump point for Kano. Now, mind
Yeah.
you, I'm not a historian by any means for this game, so I have little to no knowledge of any of these solar systems outside of what's on this map. However, Pyro will also connect to... Where did it go?
Stanton, Terra, Castra,
There it is. Okay, so now that we're further out...
Hadrian.
Holy shit. We have jump points well outside the orbital bodies, and I didn't realize that. So, yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
have Castra, Nyx, Oso, Stanton, Hadrian, and near the middle we have Kano and Terra. So, one of the other systems that we talked about, or that we're going to be talking about, because it's going to be part of 1.0, is Nyx. And it is one that is currently in gray box, so let's jump into Nyx real quick and take a look. All
You
right.
know, while we're on this jump in the wormhole to Nyx, I do have a question that I didn't think about last week involving space stations, and I wondered if anybody here had a better understanding. Because they showed that space station, the player built that I'm talking about.
Okay.
They showed that player built space station orbiting a planet. I don't remember which one, or a moon. But it made me wonder, like, is that the only way we'll be able to do player space stations is orbiting a body, or are we going to be able to do
don't
like
think
these
so.
space? Okay, because
I
I was
think
like, that
based on
kind of
the
doesn't seem as
Pioneer,
fun.
like, so the Pioneer makes the thing that lets you make the space station. I feel like it's just going to be wherever you deploy it.
Okay.
So if you can do that in deep space, then that would be fine. At least
I
I
mean,
would
mind you,
think.
this is just
Yeah.
assumptions, but we're under the assumption that we
Yeah.
can build it anywhere.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
I think it's a fair assumption.
So can
You know,
I
I'm
drop
asking.
out of a jump gate and then build it outside of a jump gate?
I mean, I guess
That would be fun. Have a secret space station
Be
outside of
pretty dangerous, I would think.
a jump gate. You're probably right, though.
Yeah.
It'd be very dangerous.
Like, imagine
I mean, if
somebody
you put
just
enough
knows where it
armaments
is.
on it, if you put enough armaments on it, you could fight the NPC space station back and forth.
I guess.
All right. So we've arrived in Nyx and we're looking at 3 planets and the infamous, if I can find it, Delamar. Although that is
Which-
technically a planet that has been just decimated.
It's no longer a planet. Now it's
That is
just
a planet
asteroids.
that's like, yeah, okay. That's what I thought. And that was in the
Well, they
game
do
before,
describe
like,
it as a
years ago.
moon-sized asteroid, but like I think
Okay.
they even went away from it being moon-sized. I think that it's just like a really big asteroid that just has a station now. At least based
So-
on what they showed.
New Grim.
What's the deal with like Nyx and Pyro both having their planets called Nyx 1, Pyro 1? Is that just still
That's
like is
that's just a naming convention.
that so,
So-
that's what they're literally going to be called when we get in game, or will they have names by the time they get out?
No,
I
that's
think
probably
what
what
they're
they'll be.
literally
That's
gonna
probably what they're
called.
going to be
Okay,
called. So like if you look at
Fair.
astrological stuff today, they usually will have names like that for other solar systems that we've spotted. That or they get
True,
some kind
yeah.
of scientific name that's like XY17421
Yeah.
T. I
Yeah,
don't know.
like if you were to look at Sol's planets without the names, the moon would be Sol 3A would be its
Okay.
designation. Because it's the first moon of the third planet.
Well, I remember. I think in the playtest they were all just Pyro 1, 2, and 3, etc.
Usually a place doesn't
yeah,
get
they
a
were.
name unless someone has gone there and actually named it. So like
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Monarchs.
take Delamar, right? It's an asteroid, not even a planet. Delamar has been named because someone went there, they named it, and they claimed it as their own. And it's just like the planets in Stanton. All the planets are named after the companies that bought them.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's very true, huh? Because that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. I was like, Stanton has all its names. Like, why are Pyro and Nyx not? But then, yeah, no. I
Well, yeah,
understand.
because not only that, but Pyro and Nyx are also lawless systems.
Yeah,
so there's
that's
a much lower human
got a
footprint
question.
on it.
About Delamar. I've heard the name Levski thrown around. Even like when I first started playing. And people like the coworkers I used to play with when I first started playing, like ranted and raved about it and whatnot. So like, is Levski like the old but new Grim now that's being introduced, or what's the deal
So-
with Levski?
No,
So
it's a
Levski-
station.
Levski is a station built into an asteroid, but
Okay.
it was brought into Stanton's system for the purpose of testing.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what.
But
Okay.
it is not native to Stanton. So they
It was
removed
never
it.
basic.
was.
Yeah, just to introduce
They
POI.
removed it when they
Working
added
out.
Grim Hex, wasn't it?
Yeah,
No.
so Grim took the place of it.
No, they overlapped. I think
Yeah.
they moved
Oh.
it in like 313 or something, 314.
It,
Is I-
it was 3.12.1, I believe, because I had
3.12?
looked it
Oh,
up.
okay.
Because 3.12 was when I first started playing, and I have a vague memory of Levski, and that before I stopped playing for a while.
So anyways, with it coming back, obviously, with us getting access to Nyx, it will be one of the hot points in that system. That being said, it's still a lawless system, so all of the cargo going through there, I can't. I just can't. Sorry, guys. My inertia dampeners seem to be working just fine. The ship must be having some shakeage going on right now that everyone is currently
We're
reacting
going
to.
through a binary star
the walls
system,
in my
so-
cabin are literally like fucking paper. So I don't know.
I'm
what
not
to
gonna
tell
lie.
you.
I thought that was like the background, the green screen background. Until you
Yeah,
touched
it does.
it. I literally thought that was a green screen
Dude.
background.
No.
Shit. That's
No,
cool
this
though.
is real.
That's dope.
That's badass. I like that. It kind of gives a privacy in your
very real.
place, too. That's nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's real nice. That's so funny though. I was just like, what a cool green screen. I thought that like 2 minutes ago. I was like, damn, that's a cool green screen.
No, in fact, you can peek into the room behind me.
Oh hell
It's
yeah.
just messy.
No, fair,
Hello.
fair. Anyway, before we all started head bobbing.
I got excited.
what was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh, piracy. The Delamar is gonna be a hotspot for piracy, primarily because it is supposed to be some kind of hub, some kind of cargo hub.
Yeah.
But it's controlled by I can't even remember the name of the organization, but they're not pirates. They're like a
Yeah, they're
community of
just like a
humans
company.
that are trying to survive out in lawless space. Kind of like the People's Militia. What's the one in Pyro?
Citizens for Pyro.
Yeah, that one.
We
So
call them Pyro.
they're like them, but for Delamar.
The Pyro
Okay.
Communist Party.
I thought to see
That would be. Would that not be the
TFT was-
PCP?
Yes, it would.
The Power Communist Party is.
Oh
PCP.
man.
Yeah,
Original
I do
PCP.
PCP.
Yeah.
I work with PCP all the time.
I'm big into PCP. As a
I'm
matter
really
of fact.
familiar with PCP.
I fucking love PCP.
All right.
Man, never know what PCP will do to you.
So Nyx 1, like I said, there's three planets in the solar system. Nyx 1
Bless you.
is another coreless world that's been cored out. Are you sure that's not the one you were thinking of?
Well, there's a coreless world and Pyro too that's cored out. I assume they would both be cored out probably
Yeah.
because they're mined, like, or else they formed that way. I don't know.
Or else.
Or else.
This Nyx 2 is going
Nyx
to
2
probably
is-
be something
is
that's
gas.
really difficult on our armor.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, is it like
High
corrosive?
pressure atmosphere, thick clouds of acid and carbon dioxide.
Ooh.
I mean, I'll deal
Ouch.
with it just fine.
Puffs of acid.
Big.
I think we
puffs
just
of
found
acid.
we just found acid home world.
That's where I live.
Yeah,
That's where you're from, man.
That's yeah.
you were made of those clouds.
High pressure. When you get into the surface of that planet, you actually hear Queen playing in the background 24/7, but only one song.
So this system also has 2 asteroid belts around it.
I saw that there's like an interior and an exterior, right?
Yeah,
Well, you have-
what the?
Cool.
You have this one, which is the glyceming ring. Glyceming ring? I don't know.
Elysium?
Glacium.
Whatever.
Glycemia.
I
would
can't
say
pronounce shit. Leave me
glacier.
alone.
Well, it's like
And then-
glacier, but an M instead of an R. So
And then you
glacium.
have the Keeger belt, which is kind of like the Kegel ball, but it got destroyed.
The Keeger
There's
belt.
too much pressure.
But yeah, so
Well,
I don't
that's
even know
like a
how
huge
would you even
belt.
get out to that? Like that is
I
a
bet there's gonna be jump points out there.
Gotta be. There's no way. It's like there was
Well,
like
'cause
the
didn't they
Aaron's
say
belt.
there are also going to
but-
be undiscovered jump points eventually?
Ah.
Do you mean quantum markers?
No, like
mean,
It's cool.
I mean,
Well,
hopefully
quantum
there'll be
jumpers,
ways
yeah,
for us
I
to burn out there using,
I mean-
Super Cruise or something.
You gotta pull out your Drake Herald.
Quantum
We have-
boost.
You have Nyx 3, which is the closest to any of the others for the belt, technically.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, we do
So there
have
might be jump
Astra-
points from Nyx 3, possibly. Or you could just, like you said, super cruise out there from Nyx 3 and just get there in like an hour and a half.
brother, Castra the
build-
star is so fucking massive. It's
We should
unreal.
build
Yeah.
a Keeger space station.
I agree.
We should
I
build it
second
out in the
We're
belt.
not there.
I think that'd be cool.
that.
We're still in Nyx.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nah, I'm in
Yeah.
Castra. Look
We're
how
t-
fucking bright my screen is.
We're,
Oh,
we're
from
I'm
not
talking
star.
we're not there yet.
He's skipping ahead, teacher.
Oh man. Well, at least we're gonna have plenty of hydrogen in Nyx. Freaking an
Yeah.
entire planet made of ice.
Dude, 325 will never run out of gas ever.
Never. I can fly my Buccaneer all day long. Doesn't matter.
325.
It refuels hydrogen. Isn't that the one ship that does? It like it recycles
No,
it?
you're thinking of it. All ships run on hydrogen in the game, but what you're thinking of is like the 100 series that like
maybe that, yeah.
makes its own hydrogen.
Oh yeah,
as
yeah,
it
with the
travels.
fuel
Yeah.
ships.
Yeah.
There are a few ships that have that. I know the BMM
Okay.
has one.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
know,
no
I know
shit.
what you're talking about now, though.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking of. But really, the BMM has that shit?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Acid, your favorite. No. Sorry. Krendor, your favorite ramming target also has some ram scoops.
Oh,
The Starfarer?
Yep.
They really ruined that with master modes. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the same ramming with a Fury anymore.
Yeah, it's not as fun to go like 200
You-
kilometers a second.
You
into a ship.
can't start a war quite as easily as you used to be able to.
Times are tough these days.
They really are.
All right.
But that's not a lot in Nyx though. I mean, you got a couple
not.
planets,
Yeah.
a couple belts.
I think it's I mean the belt is like the whole it's like a ring around the star, right? Like it's a giant fucking it's like the Aaron Halo, but like
Yeah.
more mapped out, I guess. Like
Well,
I
that's
think
what the-
Nyx is
that's
gonna be
the-
busy with mining.
I was
That's
just saying,
the
might
ring
be
on the
used for mining
inside
for Nyx
is.
more.
Yeah, Nyx
For
is
mining?
definitely going to be a mining area for sure. It has two whole
Yeah.
belts. However, it has 6 connecting jump points.
Ah. High traffic.
So you have Toil, Tohil, however you pronounce that.
So Hill.
You have
Yeah.
Odin, Pyro, Bremen, Virgil, which is Vanduul space, and Castra.
Yeah, Pyro, Nyx, and Castor are all intertwined with each other. They all have jump points to each other.
Correct. However, let's go ahead and jump
Nice.
into Castra now and catch up to
Yeah,
Krendor.
go to that giant fucking star. See how big it is.
There's Castra jump point. Let's jump through that.
brother.
There we
Goddamn.
go.
It's truly massive.
That star is as big as
A dwarf bee.
Oh, my face.
the orbit of Pyro 1.
Yeah,
Holy
basically.
fuck.
Wait, which system?
Castra.
Castra.
Oh yeah.
And then Cascom, which is where Sherman is like way the fuck out there.
Well, yeah, it's a huge ass star.
Yeah.
The Goldilocks zone is pushed way the fuck out.
The first jump point I see is, oh yeah, that star is just fucking, oh yeah, bud. Fucking
Oh
huge.
yeah, bud.
Oh yeah.
God
It's
damn.
oh yeah, bud.
Well, you
Yeah,
know, like
straight.
Oh yeah.
in real life, a red giant star, the average red giant, its diameter is the size of Jupiter's orbit around our sun. That's how big
Yeah.
a red giant star
Fuck.
actually is in real space, which is
That's just a
fucking
standard one.
huge. Like, yeah,
my God.
so like
That's not.
it
That's
makes
not even
sense that this
considering the
star's
big
gonna
ones
be
like
big.
Well, isn't this a
Betelgeuse
blue-
or anything like that.
This
What
is
is
a
this?
dwarf.
It's
Well, this is a
B
B dwarf.
class.
Yeah, but this is like, I mean, this is a big star, like nonetheless.
But
It's so bright,
sure.
it's got like light beams coming off it.
Bro, it's
Dude, seeing
I
this
think
star
it's
in
just
game is gonna be
astigmatism.
insane.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
We're gonna
That'll be
jump into
cool.
Castra and immediately be blinded.
It's just
Yeah.
the infinite flashbang.
yeah, it's gonna
You
be
jump
like
out
the
of the jump gate, and you're like, "Is the jump gate still going?"
Look,
Yeah.
if
It's
you're
gonna be
gonna
like the Pyro,
if you're gonna
um,
jump into Castra, go through Pyro. It's further away.
Yeah, for
Oh,
real.
good
Don't go
call.
through Nyx.
It's gonna be like the
You're not gonna be able to see
solar
anything.
flares, just super
We're just-
desaturated, just super bright.
We're just
Except
gonna
it's
have
just
to.
everything.
We're just gonna have to jump through with a Carrack with a blast shield down.
No. We're just gonna have to
I mean,
wear
this is gonna get
We're
tan.
just gonna have to wear sunglasses in real life.
Yeah.
I would wear
but anyways,
sunglasses to play a game.
Where's my key?
what in the world? Why can I not? Oh, because I clicked on the star.
Yeah, I don't like the way you get locked in on this star map. Like you click something, it's like you're only learning
Yeah.
about this now.
You know, Turbulent did a really good job with this map, but they could redo it. I think it's been a few
Oh yeah.
Valid.
years.
All right.
They can touch it up.
So let's
Yeah.
look at Castra 1. Castra 1 is first planet
Somewhere.
lacks
Good God.
atmosphere.
Oh my
raw
God.
materials. Castra 1 doesn't have
Ah.
any raw materials. What?
No moons.
No moons.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
just
They
there,
Castra
dude.
1
It's
is
the
actually called
bombing run.
Bullseye.
Oh, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah, this is a loss. This system is a security system, right?
It was used as a military checkpoint, basically. That's
Okay.
what CASCOM is.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
All right,
And that's
so
why the first plane is called Bullseye, because it was just used for
Bombing.
weapons testing.
It was
A2
Hurston,
heaven.
but for the Navy.
you know,
Yeah, literally.
I'm
it
gonna
was
just say this.
Aberdeen.
I think Cascom needs some moons, man. Put some moons,
I agree.
like 2 or 3
Yeah.
around Cascom. There's just not
Yeah.
enough in Castra to
To
really be of
warrant
worth.
it.
I mean, it's gonna be a
unless
beautiful
they
planet.
unless they make that landing zone really in depth. Like
They're going to
there's-
make Sherman very in depth because it's like a whole city. It's
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
a station.
P.
It's
Sherman 42
huge.
Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Good
this
job,
guy
Dory.
gets
Good
it.
job.
Like it.
P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
It's like the only address that's ingrained into everyone in the world's head.
If you
Pretty
ever watched
much.
anything Pixar.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, listen, if you haven't watched anything Pixar, you had a really bad childhood.
Are you living?
You haven't lived, yeah.
Let's see. All
Wait,
right.
so there's only 2 planets? Am I?
Yep.
Yeah, there's
Wow,
only 2
okay.
planets. So this system is going to come out really quickly. Like, really quickly.
I could see it being the next system after Nyx. Like, definitely before Terra. Terra's got a lot of
Yeah.
work ahead of it.
Okay, Terra's going to take a while, I imagine, if they want to do it right.
Like,
Honestly,
do we know
I
the
f-
order after Pyro, or is it literally
No.
we know Pyro
Just
and then after that?
speculation.
What
I
we
bet it comes
know
out
is
after
that
Pyro.
what we know is
I
that Nyx
imagine
is
it's
in
gonna
gray
be
box
next
as a
first,
system.
honestly, because I
Uh-huh.
think that's what has
Yeah.
the most work done on it.
Castra, I think,
Because-
really only has Sherman done. I don't think it has
I
anything
don't
else.
think
But,
that's
like,
even done. I think that's just barely out of.
no, I mean
I
just
think-
like being worked on. Like you
Oh,
saw
yeah.
the white box. Like it's
Yeah.
there. It's just
There.
still got to work on it.
It's just
Mhm.
not.
Here's
Yeah.
here's the thing I'm not quite
It's
understanding.
there. It's just not here. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think that this is like some kind of gas ring around in the orbit of Cascom?
Yeah, gas cloud of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
What you're talking about the green zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's just the Goldilocks zone. They have that for every system.
Do they? All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
stop
like,
with
if
your
you
logic
go to
and giving us
Pyro-
our answers. What?
I know.
No.
Seriously.
He's right.
I'm trying to like
so
make
right.
the system better in my head than it actually is, and you're just like killing it, man. I figure we come here and harvest gas.
Fuck it. You don't get my face anymore. You got to deal with Pico.
Okay. All right. So
Give me your Pico.
as far as jump points in the system, so like there's not a whole lot to talk about Castra, but if you saw
Right.
anything from CitizenCon, Cascom is going to be a gorgeous world. Absolutely
Mhm.
gorgeous. Now here's one thing. I'm going to list off the jump points in here just real quick, and then we're going to talk about the importance of Castra. So you have Oya,
Fine.
Hadrian,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oso,
Mm-hmm.
Pyro, and Nyx.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
None of those systems named are systems that we can currently traverse. Meaning, when this system becomes a thing, the only way to get to it from Stanton or from Terra, which is the
Pyro.
last system that we're going to talk about, you have to go through Pyro or Nyx, which are both lawless systems.
It's a good trade-off.
So if you are a player who disdains and detests PvP or conflict of any kind, you are going to have to brave that to get to Castra.
Oh no.
Oh no!
And
it
if you
goes in
get
my
caught,
hair
you'll
chest
be
and drop
castrated.
balls. Exactly.
What are they gonna
Exactly.
do? I guess they have to go play Elite Dangerous or something.
We can have PvP in this game. It's not
Let me tell you
fair.
about a game called Starfield. Okay.
Yeah, Starfield.
Yeah, just
People don't want to acknowledge it, but Starfield is what Star Citizen initially was going to be before they expanded the scope.
Yeah.
Thank
and
God.
became 10 times better at 10
Yeah.
plus years.
Everything.
Yeah.
And 10 times better at asking us for money.
And 10 times better
Well.
at delaying the launch.
Oh
I
shit.
don't have Pico for nothing.
So, that being said, even though Castra doesn't have a whole lot going for it, like a whole lot of like planets or other celestial bodies, or even asteroid fields for that matter, there's like nothing going on here. It's a very boring system. So hopefully they add some more in creation of it. But if you want to go there, if you want to see how beautiful Cascum is and how beautiful the landing zone is, you have to go through Lawless Space. It's just a necessary thing you have to do.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'll sit right there outside those jumps waiting.
Or you could
Mhm.
choose to spawn in Sherman and then just never leave
Yeah,
because you
that's
don't want to
true.
do any combat.
That's very true.
let's see. So,
You know what's gonna be fun too about like the lawless and like security filled systems
what's that?
is getting a bounty in like Stanton, and then getting a bounty in Castra, and then you like live in lawless system, and then when you gotta go somewhere, you're like, oh, I'm wanted there, and it's like you finally get to know what it's like to be a criminal because you're like, if I go there, like the cops are gonna be trying to get me the whole time I'm here. Like if I gotta go to Stanton to do something. Like, I'm not gonna go hack my crime stat in Stanton when I live in Pyro. Like, what's the point? I don't live here. Like, I'll fucking leave it up. But then when I go back, it's gonna be fun, and that'll purposefully make me keep my crime stat. So I'm like, oh, we gotta go to Stanton today. Like, the crew's going to Stanton. Okay, well, I'm wanted in Stanton. So like, just as a heads up, like, I'm gonna be crime statted there. We're gonna have the cops on us a lot. You know, it'll
Please,
make for
if
fun
the boys are
experience.
going to Stanton, it's because we either have crime stat or we're going to get more.
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, but what if there's something in
wrong.
Stanton we need down the road? Right now, everything like is like, oh, we don't need anything in Stanton because everything's gonna be in Pyro. But they will probably have stuff in Stanton where it's like you need this, so we're gonna have to go to high security system to get something that's like it's not valuable, but we need it for crafting, we need it for building.
or we just
You
trade.
have to go buy
Yeah,
ships
trading.
in Stanton, right?
Yeah,
They're gonna
that's
probably
true.
keep ship buying in Stanton.
You gotta buy ships in Stanton.
So,
That's a great
if-
point, actually.
If you
Why
have
do
any kind
we
of
need to buy them when we can craft them?
Well, but
not just that,
that's
but
later.
I mean, obviously we're gonna have to get reputation, and reputation
Yeah.
is gonna get us the blueprints that we really, really want. Because let's face it, they're gonna lock the hardest blueprints behind the biggest, worst reputation that pirates don't like doing.
Well, that or the opposite, you know,
Or the
like, it's like,
opposite, yeah.
it's going to be behind things pirates can't do. You know, I need a blueprint as a pirate for a military spec ship, but I can't get that because I have to do good deed reputation
Well,
tasks, and all
I
I
mean,
do
that's-
is bad.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean-
that's kind of what they wanted. Was they wanted that
Yeah.
whole cyclical?
And I love
gameplay.
that. I love because then
There-
it's like
It
Stompy
gives
is
you
designated
reasons to
bad
go
guy,
into-
but Noct needs bad guy stuff, and Noct's trying to keep rep clean because he's been working on good rep. Stompy can go out. Me and Stompy go out, do some bad shit. We get him the blueprints. Next time that Noct has the blueprints from something we need from his good deed stuff, vice versa. It's
Exactly.
Things are exchanged.
It encourages
Bad
that
guys get
cooperation.
weapons and attachments for FPS, and good guys get the good ship components.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
good
not
guys
just
get
that.
health and syringes.
It's not just that. So like, if you're not working on the same rep, right? Obviously, let's say Noct is going for UE rep to get some ship parts that we need,
Get that good old blood money.
right? Well, that doesn't bar you guys from joining him and protecting him, because there's going to be people who are going to try and mess with him while he's doing his stuff.
Yeah.
And
At the risk of being criminals, but we can still protect him.
But I'm only
Yeah.
protecting Noct if he's polished my pad. And if you haven't polished my
Hey.
pad, I'm not protecting you.
I mean,
Hey.
look at him. He's wearing the body polisher right now.
It better be
Yeah, I just go,
glistening and sloppy. What?
Look, he just goes out to the pad. He just pours a bottle onto the pad, and just like with his whole body,
and
just
I just go, whee!
Easy. Done.
Oh,
Once-
he's
Yeah.
see what he's wearing.
yeah, he's
we
got a
sh-
snuggie.
we just use the ship tractor beam to just spin him around.
Squeegee his ass across the fucking pad.
It is an honest to God snuggie as well. It's not even a knockoff.
Dude,
Oh my
that's
god.
cool over here. Need that right now. That's a good call. Oh man. Excuse me.
But yeah, so honestly, I'm going to enjoy Castra personally speaking, when Castra comes out, all of my legal stuff that I want to have base wise, that's where I'm going to protect all my stuff, it's going to Castra, 100%. Because if someone wants to come and attack my base or whatever the case may be, however they roll this shit out, if they want to go and try and get something from my base, they have to go through to Castra, which is going through Nyx and Pyro. Which means it's probably not the safest place to put it, but it's still going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Because the people, like I was telling the guys before we even started this, the people you're going to find in Castra, there will be 3 types. Originally I said there were going to be 2, but Krendor brought up a good point. First type is going to be obviously the pirates and the ne'er-do-gooders and stuff like that come through Nyx and Pyro. 2, those that brave Nyx and Pyro to make it all the way to Castra. And lastly, the people who just make it their home because, they don't want to have to go through. But now they're stuck in Castra, because now if they want to get out of Castra and go back to Stanton, they gotta go through Nyx and Pyro.
Well, they gotta pay
and I
someone.
suppose that's
to take
where
them.
they hire security and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they pay transit.
It'll add a level of.
Well, that's assuming they put
an
enough
extra
out there
level.
to actually have enough mission content to earn money.
You don't need that. It's just a beacon. You just put out a beacon. You're like, I need transit to Stanton.
Well, yeah, but you got to pay for that beacon.
Yeah.
So you got to have money. So
Yeah,
you have
you
mission
just buy
content out there.
UEC off the store.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
You don't need missions.
You
Buy it
guys
on
hurt
eBay.
me. You guys hurt me.
Get yourself banned. Just buy it on eBay. It's good.
Yeah, please do. Please.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing though too about like the
Violate
jump
I
points.
was saying buy it off of CIG's website.
That's even better. What were you saying,
What's
Puff?
that?
Well, the jump points, like, I can see it 2 ways because, like, when you jump from, like, for one, you'll only have to go through one, right? You'll only have to go to Pyro, and then to Castra. You don't have to go through both. You only go to one.
No.
Yeah, no,
Because
you
you
only
can
go
jump
through
from
one,
Pyro
but
to
you have to go through one or the other.
But yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, when you look at the map and you see the jump points, like, you can jump from the Stanton jump point to the next jump point, and you don't have to go through anything other than deep space. And so, like, you're gonna have people set up interdiction fields out there, but other than that, like, you don't go through a ton of like anybody who's in there doing some shit. You know what
see,
I mean? Like,
the-
they would
the
have to be
biggest
set up.
problem, the biggest problem is going to be on the Pyro side of the gate, right? So as soon as people come
Yeah.
from Stanton into Pyro, there's going to be battles going on. First off, you're going to
Yeah.
have to refuel, which means you got to go to the station,
Yeah.
which
True.
is
Yeah,
right
true.
there. And there's going to
Which
be
you'll
people.
have to refuel a couple times.
I
depending on
mean,
your
since
ship.
when has station guns ever stopped anyone like ReeferNet or other organizations out there that are anything like them, right? The station guns
Literally
have never
never.
stopped anyone.
Yeah.
If
I mean,
anything, it
If
encourages
they have
them.
stopped them, it's only been for a few minutes until they get back.
I've always been encouraged by them because you can just shoot the station guns out, and it's like a challenge.
I mean, if you bring a
Exactly.
capital ship, the point defense guns shoot them for you.
Yeah, exactly. Just bring an Idris. Buy an Idris on the pledge store and bring it.
Yes, please. Actually, no, not this time around. Don't buy one.
Don't buy
No,
it.
buy it.
No, do it next year.
No, buy
Next
the
year.
edges. Don't buy the Pioneer.
There you go.
Don't buy the Pioneer.
Yeah, it's worthless.
It's
Get a
too
bunch.
expensive.
Get a bunch of
it's been
arrows and show them
at
you
least
want
5
light
years
fighters to
off.
be better again. Just get all light fighters. Buy only light fighters. Don't buy capital class ships because then they'll think people want to do only big ship gameplay, and all they'll take care of is big ships, and they'll never care about a small ship ever again.
Except for the
I mean-
Gladius and the
Except-
I mean,
Blade.
the sad part is, like, oh man. Fighters are really, really going to have it rough.
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, I'm more looking forward to the fleet versus fleet gameplay, where
Me too.
you have the light fighters going against light fighters, where they're basically fucked if they get hit by anything bigger, but they're there for light fighters. They're not there. They're there to prevent stuff like the Legionnaire, stuff that can fuck up your ship from the inside.
Well, see, and that's what I think, though, is I think they should be able to be around big ships, but you're not going to focus the. But like, I should be able to fly around an Idris and an arrow, and I should be able to control it in a way where it's like I'm not too worried about them hitting me because I'm so agile that it's just hard for their gunners to hit me. But I'm there. They also know like that shouldn't be my primary target because he's not paying attention to us. Like I want to try to hit him, but like I'm paying attention to, like you said, the interdictors, like the dropships if they're invading on our space, like protecting our dropships if we're on an
Well,
offensive.
fighters
the
can be
other
very
thing is-
useful against a capital ship, but they have to do so en masse. Like, so if you think about it,
Mhm.
you have a shield generator, and the shield generator is going to generate shields at X amount, right? In order to then defeat those shields, you have to create enough damage that exceeds the threshold of their generation. So if the threshold is, say, 3,000, I'm just going to throw a number out here. It's going to be very small, but let's say it's 3,000 shields per second, right? That means you have to exceed 3,000 damage per second in order to start depleting the entire shield pool. And if you can't exceed that threshold of 3,000, you're not going to take the shields down.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think I agree with what Nox said. Is like I want to see those big fleet battles, but I don't want it to be to such an extent to where it's like, oh, the light fighters are only like doing a light fighter versus light fighter fight while the fleet, like while the big ships fight the big ships. Like
Be
I
like
like
the
idea.
A-wing. Be the A-wing. Go. "Eeeew."
Yeah, I
I want
mean-
to torpedo everybody. I want to all send us all to our deaths. I'm gonna be like a Japanese leader, and we're just all fucking swarming and fucking running into the Idris.
Look, I
That's
mean,
it.
the Kraken has what is it, 9 guns on it? But if those 9 guns are occupied, it still has 9 size 12 torpedoes and at least 2, no, sorry, has 5 size 12 torpedoes and like 2 size 15 torpedoes.
Yeah,
Because,
that's
that's
big
the
boom
number of
life.
ships it carries.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, you can carry a lot more on a Kraken. You can carry a lot more. I think
Yeah.
we guessed, or no, we didn't guess. We put, what was it, 90s? No, it was 69 storm AAs on a Kraken, or will fit on a Kraken, I should say, because we don't have one, obviously. I mean, we do.
Yeah, we're
the one we're
just-
flying in right now.
In our
Good
minds.
save. Good save.
You see how realistic our own private quarters are? Look at
Right.
this shit.
Yeah, man.
I've
Look at
even
this
got
Every-
the ships and everything.
every
I've even
corner-
got the
My
human
bed is right here.
squeegee.
Every
Well, yeah,
corner
Noctis on
of
guard
I put a
duty.
thing up in front of my bed.
Yeah.
You don't
every
see it.
I'm
every
in the
corner of this
utility
room
room.
has a different look to it.
I wish.
Oh, we're all
I
in
wish
the
that was
same
a
room,
lie.
though.
I've been sleeping on the
Yeah.
couch. My bed literally is like right there.
This is my bed.
Just falls asleep in a snuggie like a fucking vampire.
I just start drifting, and that's how I get the job done.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you gotta do. Nock does look like he's on a ship, though. Nock looks like he's in a caterpillar that lost all its lights, and
Yeah.
he's just like all he's got left is just the
I've
screens. in
got-
front of him.
Honestly, I think
All I've got
I
left
think
is
it took
the
a strafe
snuggie.
run. It took a strafe run, and the only thing that's active on it right now is life support.
Yeah.
He's just adrift.
Mm. Meanwhile, I feel like Grindor is like operating from like a deep part of Grimhex. Like
Yeah.
where there's some weird graffiti, and he's just like operating there. He's got himself like a little studio apartment down there. Just
Yeah.
He's got one of the little
And
hex
you know what?
pods just in the depths.
This is about as messy as Grimhex anyway behind these curtains, so not wrong.
I mean, same thing with my desk. I should
That's fair.
probably have like a desk right here, so that way it looks like I'm sitting at my desk and this is my emblem behind me on the wall. I should probably do that.
Yeah,
You
it kind
should-
of just
you-
looks like you're sitting in a chair in front of
You-
nothing.
Well, I mean, I am sitting in a chair, but I mean, nothing.
I still
in front
think
of me.
you need to get a view. You need to get that B-roll from like this Citizen Con of the crow's nest, and you need
Uh-huh.
to get B-roll of you sitting at the crow's nest,
Oh,
like with the view of the
That'd be
crow's
good.
nest behind you. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
you should
That'd
do
be
as your
good.
Oh, you know
background
what?
right now.
I could probably do that. I could probably
Yeah,
do
you
that
should
for
do
you.
that.
You should
That
do
would be
that.
solid. Because like I think the moving background, especially like looks so good. There's something about it that it's like lively.
Yeah, it looks like you're in a different place.
Well, that's not supposed to happen like that. Give me a sec.
What?
Mer. Mer. There
Mer.
we go.
Mer.
Der.
Meh.
Dur.
All right, so let's
I could
talk
be-
about the
I-
next
I
system.
could be an art corp.
Oh my god, holy shit.
Yeah, he's
That's
sitting
not
out on the
Arcor-
edge of
that's
one of the towers.
Coruscant.
Yeah.
So let's
See,
see.
that's kind of badass. That's cool.
We were just in Castra. Let's
Yeah.
find a jump point out of
What-
Castra.
yo,
Let's.
So what is the only one left? Is what? Terra? Is that the next? Is that the
Yeah,
Let's
only
see.
one
Terra.
we're talking
What have we talked about?
We
So,
did
We
Pyro.
talked about
we were going to
all of
skip
them, I
Stanton,
thought.
so we talked about Pyro, Nyx, Castra. So the last one is Terra. So let's go ahead. Let's jump into Nyx, and then we'll jump through Nyx into Terra because we have
You
a
can also
connection
get there
point.
from Pyro too.
Yeah, I went through Pyro personally because I'm not a bitch.
Oh, that's right. No, I was wrong. I should have. Sorry. Let me go tell the helmsman.
Astro Nick in
Let's,
Terra.
let's jump
Yeah.
into Pyro.
Every citizen knows that.
All right. Now we're gonna make our way into Terra.
And now Terra high security or lawless?
It's extremely high
Only.
security.
Super high sec.
Security. Super high.
You
sec.
want a good bad boys chase? Terra's the way to go.
Okay. Okay.
All
If
right,
you believe
so-
Earth is outdated and that Terra should be the new capital of the UEE, fuck you.
So we have
Fuck the
4 orbital
transitionalist.
bodies. We have Arrow, we have Pike, we have Jen, and Terra. Terra
yes.
has a moon. Jen
yes,
has a
Terra,
moon.
Terra.
Arrow has a
Prime.
moon. So they all have a moon.
Is the moon
Yes.
of Terra called Terra? So you've got
It's
Terra
called
on
Prime.
Terra in Terra.
Okay, so here's the confusing thing about Terra. The main landing zone is called Prime, which is on the planet Terra, and Terra's moon is also called Prime.
Oh boy.
But then wouldn't you also call the star of Terra Terra Prime?
They call it Terra. So if you're in Prime,
So then why are
The
there
city.
two Terras? Because you got the Terra the star and then Terra the.
yeah, it's
Oh,
Well,
just
so
Terra.
you're on Prime on Terra in Terra Nova, because the
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
name
yeah.
of the system is Terra Nova.
Who am
Oh,
I
is it
supposed to be
Terra
mad
Nova?
at? Logan Paul or Jeffrey Bezos? Just tell me.
Oh,
I don't
Bezos, for
know.
Sure.
Bezos
Oh, yeah,
got
you're right.
it.
The star
Fuck
is
you,
Terra Nova.
Jeffrey.
So it's Prime on Terra Nova.
So that's where Amazon
God.
moved to.
That's where all my confusion comes from constantly because it's like so asinine the way they named it.
Are there 2 stations on Terra?
Yeah,
There
it looks
are.
like it. It does look like it.
Yeah, the main city is Prime, so that's like the candidate for the new UEE capital that that transitionalist party wants to make the official capital. But
So you have
will always
IAS
be New York.
Hammett.
And the ICS Evelyn. What the heck?
Correct.
2 space stations on a planet is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, it's a big hub. Like that city, Prime is like I said, on par with New York City.
Oh,
It's like a
Okay,
gigantic
that-
city.
That checks out. All right.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, technically, here's the funny thing. Area 18 is supposed to be New York City because all of
Yeah.
ArcCorp
Yeah.
is supposed to be a city planet.
I'm trying to remember what that's called.
called Coruscant.
Yeah,
Oh.
Coruscant.
I'm trying to remember what.
And here's
that
the funny
type
thing.
of-
They even outline Prime right there on the planet. It's there.
Yeah. Oh, did they rename the moon to Ada? Hang on, I gotta look at the presentation from sitcom.
By the way,
I'm pretty
not-
sure they showed the moon as Prime.
Knocked. What you're thinking of is called an ecumenopolis.
Ecumenopolis. That
An
sounds right.
ecumenopolis is
Hey,
a planet
what?
made of an ecumenopolis is a planet made of one city. An ecumenopolis.
Yeah, Prime's not quite that big.
So now that we know the 5 systems, and well, let's talk about Prime for Earth Prime. Let's talk about Terra Nova a little bit. So there's four solar systems. God damn it, 4 planets in the solar system. You have an asteroid belt, an asteroid cluster, and an absolute clusterfuck of jump points. I believe there's 7. So you have Stanton, Tyrannus, Gauss, Magnus, Tayak, Pyro, and Hadrian.
Mm-hmm.
7
there one to
jump
Seoul?
points. No, there's no jump point to Seoul.
Oh.
You say it's quite the prime hub.
It is.
Uh,
I mean, well, and each planet like he said, the planets have moons with that cluster and the belts, moons. Like this place is going to be prime real estate for pirating, because
Prime
like,
real
even though it's
estate.
got law, like there's going to be tons of stuff to be
It's
able to
high
like, steal from
security.
people. I mean, that's
Well,
Yeah,
fucking
I mean,
kill security.
Dude, KOS.
yeah,
All day.
except high security forces or the UAE Navy, like immediately. There's no cops. It's just a Navy.
Ah, okay, fair.
So like
Hey,
if
man.
you act up, you'll get Hornets on you. If you keep acting up, you'll get Idris on you, kind of thing.
Oh.
So if
keep
you want to be
going till
pirating,
you
you got to
get a
have a
bangle on
big
you.
fucking.
But I've
If you're gonna fuck around in Terra, yeah, you gotta have a big force.
Idris on Idris action, baby.
Yeah, until they call in the javelins.
Oh boy.
And then you
Oh,
go, and
let's
then you
see
bring in
here.
your own javelin until they
And
call the
touche.
bangle.
And then they
There's
bring-
probably
And
there's
then you go
probably at
shit
least
yourself.
one Bengal. There's probably at least one Bengal
I bet.
stationed at Prime.
So
Oh, I'm
yeah, this is going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah,
These 5 planets, if you think about the way that they are placed, let me just visualize this real quick. So we have Terra here, we have Stanton here, we have Pyro there, we have, let's see, Nyx only connects to 2 points, Pyro and Castra.
From a criminal perspective, I just thought of something. If we get caught, are we just gonna add backup and Clutcher?
No, they'll probably
So,
have their own
Stanton,
prison. If I had
Terra.
to make a guess, for
Stanton,
for like
Terra,
Terra.
Pyro.
More parkour.
Yeah.
Yes, break out parkour. Let's go.
That'll be fun though. Is like having to pull somebody out, like if like Stompy and I go out to Terra and are fucking around and then get in trouble and go to jail, and it's like we need help getting out of prison. It's like people gotta come from fucking Pyro. Like, well, we gotta go get so and so out of prison. Gotta
3
go all the way into a new
hours
system.
later.
That's
did
just
they
to get
not
there.
talk about Terra?
I just realized there's a
at
fucking
BlizzCon?
system called Idris.
They did. They talked
Well-
about it, but only
Oh,
briefly.
shit.
Well, yeah. I
Do
was
you
gonna
know
say, I
when?
didn't
Because
talk.
I'm trying to find in the video and it's like not marked.
It was
They
near
talked
the
about
end of the
Nick's
presentation. It was like literally at the end, and they kind of just glossed over it, mentioning it was going to be the 5th system.
Right.
What
Yeah.
is?
Terra.
Oh, yeah. They mentioned it briefly at the end.
Okay, so this.
I'm more
would be-
surprised that we didn't hear anything on Odin, considering it's part of the Squadron 42.
That's why we
Castra,
didn't hear
Terra.
anything about it.
So this is
Fair.
Pyro.
But I figured they would have brought it up during that. It would be one of the.
I would give it until
initial ones.
I would think next year is when they're likely to do that.
Maybe,
Terra.
but I'm surprised they didn't at least name drop it, considering how much they hyped up the Squadron 42 demo.
This
Uh-huh.
would be Stanton. Bear with me, guys. Keep talking. Just distract the viewers.
Hold up. Here. There you go. See,
Now we're
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
we're showing
cool.
off
What is
minis
that?
now.
I'm bearing with him.
Oh, it's a bear. I could show off my old D&D character
There
Praxlin.
we go.
Just do it.
The mini lost an arm.
The only one left I have to show is a wolf.
It's not really. Yeah.
Well,
He died in the campaign, so
I can
him
show my
losing an
cool-
arm is fine.
My cool Kiss Hot Wheels with Gene Simmons on the top of it, and it's a
I can-
station wagon.
I
That's
can
pretty
show
nifty.
I can show the Vader I painted.
Ah,
Kind of.
Oh,
Lord Vader.
I've got a Hulk Hot Wheels. You know,
That's
pretty
cool.
It's the new
Oh, that's
Liger
badass.
from
Like
Zoids.
that's
Oh,
cool
nice.
as fuck.
Yo.
My sister
I
got
don't
me this
have
for Christmas,
anything,
bro.
I don't have anything that
Oh, yeah.
cool, but I have this.
Okay, that's cool too, though. I like that.
Yo.
You
That's
know
really
what?
dope.
You know what?
So Pyro's
Fucking-
going to be the central hub of transportation.
Yeah, of course. Like, why wouldn't you? If you're like, it's like Uber takes you to Compton. If
have
you
these
like, just hop in
lads.
an Uber.
Well, no, I mean like if you think about like
Nice.
if you draw 5 circles and you draw a line between each of those circles
Okay.
and then
Crandor.
name them,
Wait, what?
Sorry.
What did Crandor bring?
brother pulled
brought
out the ultimate.
a TIE fighter.
He
You
probably
end up with
Nice.
this.
I have the
Is there a guy
big
inside? There is.
interceptor. Nice.
I don't know if
Hang
you can
on.
see it,
So-
but there's a dude in there.
So I'm not gonna show any more of my shitty artwork, but basically, if you have 5 planets and you draw a line between all the connection points, Pyro has 4 connection points with the 5 total systems. Obviously, it being the 5th, so Pyro is connecting to all of the systems that are coming out in 1.0. So you have
I
Terra
see
with
what
2
you mean.
connection points.
Good branch out.
Terra will connect to Stanton and Pyro.
All right, Craig, I'm gonna one up
Stanton will connect to Terra and Pyro. Pyro will connect
Oh, he's gone.
to Nyx, Castra, Terra, and Stanton. And then Castra will connect to Nyx and Pyro.
Yeah, so like everybody, like any which way, like Pyro is right in the middle, like you said.
So
Everything's
if you
here
want to
and-
go to Nyx, you have to go through Pyro. And if you want to go to Castra, you have to go through Pyro. And if you want to go to Terra from Castra, you have to go through Pyro.
Mhm.
If you want to go from Nyx to Stanton, you have to go through Pyro. If you want to go from Stanton to Castra, you have to go through Pyro. Like every which way, there's two orbs of solar systems, and where they connect is Pyro.
Pyro.
Mhm.
So Pyro is going to be a very, very hotbed for travel between these systems.
Holy shit. I missed the fucking gunship.
The what?
Smiley.
He pulled out a gunship.
Oh wow.
Yep. I've got to figure out how to put it.
Same genre, wrong ship.
Oh, and then
So let's take a look here. We're getting a little distracted. What is this cluster?
You're a
last
little
one,
distracted.
Promise.
Hey, I'm not gonna try and pronounce that. I'm gonna slaughter the fuck out of it. Let's see.
Very
Rich
sick.
in material, the majority of this cluster has been claimed by various major mining outfits. So my guess is you're probably gonna be able to mine in there if you pay a fee.
Yeah, it's probably the mission location.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're gonna have to pay to mine in there, kind of like how you pay to get, salvage claims.
Yeah,
you probably
exactly.
accept a mission.
Yeah,
and then
you have
that's
to
where
Yeah,
be
it's a mission
simply-
area.
But like
There's
Yeah,
also
you have to
the
be part
there's
of
also the
the
belt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just have
Yeah, I was trying
like
to
a
click on that, and
certain
it just kind of like threw me
Well,
out.
it's like the Aaron Halo. It's not like a. It's a location, but it's not like a big location. It's just kind of a ring of
Yeah.
asteroids.
But it's got a
Oh,
name,
hang-
man. Anyways,
I have
um,
I have one more to show you.
Okay.
just-
Oh, the headphones are coming off. Oh shit.
I'm still
He
here.
Oh, where'd he
disappeared.
go?
He disappeared into darkness. He's gonna reemerge with like a Death Star or something.
He just comes out in Darth Vader's outfit.
Yeah.
He just emerges
So-
from the black and
You
just
just see the red lightsaber.
Fucking right there. That'd be kind of
sick.
cool.
That'd be so funny.
That would be great.
a terraformed super Earth. Oh, that sounds interesting.
That's Jin, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Jen.
Yeah.
Um,
Responsible for overseeing diplomatic missions and military deployments for this and surrounding systems. Oh, okay. So you're gonna have like lots of military presence here in this. In
It's-
this
I mean,
site.
this
it's
system
very
is-
high security system.
yeah, this system is going to be
Yeah.
crawling with feds, dude. Like absolutely crawling.
So we
Which
could
is
destroy
exactly why I
their
want to
ships and
build
steal
my
them,
base
too.
here.
You're probably going to have Bengal carriers patrolling. Like honestly,
That's what I was saying. There's probably at least one stationed at Prime. Oh,
Drop
he brought
it.
out the
Drop
fucking
it.
AT-AT.
Drop it. Drop it.
Jesus.
Jesus. Does that walk?
No,
Oh, damn.
but it does have an interior.
What? That's crazy.
Oh my god.
It's fucking sick. Just because it has the lore accurate level number of seats as well.
You're fucking sick.
That's
You're
crazy.
fucking sick. You're fucking throwing up right now, dog.
But all right. So
Sorry.
so we've explored the 5 systems. we've briefly gone over kind of the little bits of lore that this map has to offer for these 5 systems.
Galactipedia
Now
time.
here begs the question. After 1.0, looking at all the different connection points we have available to us, what system is going to be next? Just off the cuff. My guess is it's going to be a system that has at least 2 connections to the existing
Oh, do you mean after
systems.
these 5?
Yeah,
Oh,
after
yeah.
these 5.
Oh, okay. I have
So
to go
I
to
made
the
myself a
expanded
list of
tab.
all the connection points, so I'm just gonna kind of cheat a little bit. And
Um, I think likely would be like Odin, just because
Yeah, my
it's
guess
already
was going to
made.
be
but
Odin.
Odin
being
Odin only has 1 connection point, and that's through Nyx.
Yeah, but I don't think
Yeah,
that would
but it's
matter.
already being made for Squadron.
Yeah,
Okay,
there are a
so
few systems for Squadron.
geez, that's a huge
I
star.
don't. Yeah,
So what about Hadrian?
could be.
Could be, yeah.
I think with all the stuff that they've been doing for Xian, I think we're likely to see a Xian system. Honestly,
Yeah.
Do we? Hmm.
because you got to think past 1.0, they'll probably be looking at things like adding in the alien humanoid models because they already have creatures, right? So like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not that big of a stretch to add like turtle people and like tall
Turtle
Banu.
people.
That's what the Xian are. They're fucking carrying turtle people. Like I
All
think
right.
that that's, probably likely for a post 1.0 thing.
So let's see here. So Hadrian is definitely on the board. It has 2 connection points, 1 to Castra and 1 to Terra.
Okay.
Um,
But what's actually like in Hadrian that they would add it for?
well, it has 4 planets. Let's see,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 planets. It also has a whole other slew of jump points. It has a huge Goldilocks area.
This is just play space basically.
Hadrian 2 is in the Goldilocks area. Hadrian 1 falls just inside it.
Another really
Hadrian.
big system.
Technically, there is no. Wait, 1, 2. It's only 3 planets, which is another reason why they might pick it because it's very few planets. But we do have a belt, a good belt, good, or I should say, a good sized belt. What is this? Space station. So Hadrian 2, despite being the Goldilocks, ooh, okay, so it's a gas giant. Okay. What about 3?
Okay, I could see Hadrian because the flotilla is like a trade hub for trading with Jan. So that
Yeah, I
ties
can
in
see
with they would
that. And
probably do some Jan
So
stuff.
that's an ice giant.
it would also create. It also help them with the tech to create that basis for the other alien systems.
Yeah.
So Hadrian
I
1
think
is a gas planet with a rocky core.
I think it's Magnus. I think the next one after these is Magnus because I think they do a filler because it seems pretty small. And it's the only other jump point out of Stanton that we don't get. So then they fill up all of 3 of Stanton's jump points take you somewhere. So if you start out at Stanton, the original one starting that we've had forever,
That
then all 3 take you somewhere. And Magnus is so small and has very minute things that it could be easily be a filler while they're working on more of those things like y'all
Oh,
are talking about.
Yeah.
and I
That-
could see
Exactly.
Magnus because it's where Drake is headquartered as well.
well, I
Yeah,
could see
I
that
didn't know
too
that.
because
Yeah.
it also connects to Terra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, and if that's the case, because the only point out of Magnus, there's 3. There's Stanton, Terra, and then Ellis. So like with that, and then them closing up Stanton. So now Stanton, all 3 of its jump points, you can go somewhere, and it's like it's connected to all its places, and that's
Yeah.
And
I
and
feel
honestly,
like
I
that's
was
how they
looking
round that out.
I was looking at Ellis earlier, and honestly, after if they put Magnus out, Ellis would be a really good place to try and develop next.
Mm-hmm.
How big
Yeah,
is
I
it?
can
See,
see
and yeah,
that.
Ellis is bigger. Oh yeah, Ellis is way bigger. Holy shit.
Yo,
Ellis
Ellis is huge.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Ellis is ginormous.
Yeah.
This
My
is
God.
like a whole DLC content update.
Yeah, but Magnus, I bet comes out after the big stuff, and it's like this is our filler. Your next one you're getting is not going to be a crazy star system. It's going to have like 2 planets because they're working. And I bet they release like Ellis probably comes out by itself. They probably don't release any
Yeah.
star systems with Ellis, but I bet we get Magnus, and maybe there's another small star system that's connected to one of the other 4 that we're getting. Maybe that they add and they give us Magnus and something else, just 2 small ones as more
I like-
filler types.
Well, keep in
until the
mind-
big ones come.
Keep
like
in mind
how
that we also
Pinecone's
have. So go ahead.
literally. I like how Pinecone is literally perpendicular to the
Yeah, don't
ecliptic
forget,
plane.
Kelbeck. There is a fucking planet that's flipped on its orbit.
Which
You
one?
zoom all the way out in
yeah.
in Ellis.
Oh yeah,
Oh, holy
That's
shit!
true.
I didn't even. Yeah,
Ye-
wow.
Pinecone thought technically not a planet, though technically not a planet. Ellis
fucking
8 is
Pluto.
considered a local mascot. This protoplanet's unique shape has given the nickname Pinecone.
It's
Interesting.
literally fucking Pluto.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pluto
Dude,
on
it's
its own
so far off the orbital axis.
It-
That's
it-
crazy.
How are you gonna
It
get
is.
there? Is my question.
You're gonna
Quantum.
jump. You're just gonna fucking sit there.
Like you're just like imagine going there in a stock ship.
Well-
You're just gonna be there for like fucking hours.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing between Pinecone and you could go to the
Use a capital ship so you can go to the workout deck and work out.
You can go to
Yeah.
the Tyrannus jump point, and then you could go out to the Tyrannus jump point and then back up to Pinecone Planet.
I
You
feel
make
like that's
yourself-
further.
That-
Maybe I don't know. I'm just looking.
I feel it looks like it's further.
It could be. You're right. I don't know.
I
Now that you
mean,
mention-
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
why not just super cruise from Magnus over to Pinecone?
yeah,
Right.
true.
yeah.
It looks like it's close enough. Anyways,
It does look like it's cool.
most of the planets in this system are named.
Yeah. And then I feel like
One,
Nexus is such a
two-
good name for a system, and then it's just the system itself is just very disappointing.
You know what's a good name for a system? Idris, and I think they should name a ship after.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Very, very.
Maybe it could be a capital class ship with like a giant
Indeed.
gun.
Yes, and a hangar.
Yeah.
Hanger.
It has to have a
It,
big
it,
hangar.
it perfectly represents the.
It's got to be the
biblical
whole
figure.
length of the ship.
I think the best part is I don't think there's actually a whole lot in Idris.
It's pretty empty.
Yeah,
I
it's
honestly,
hollow
I
down
had
the middle.
no
Of course
idea
it's
until
empty.
Today that was there. I just saw it and I was like, Idris, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I
Um,
saw that a little bit earlier. Ooh, what's this? Osiris.
So as far as Xion go, we don't have any
Where's the-
systems for a while that connect with Xion space.
Yes, we do. We have Vega, which we know is in Squadron.
Mm.
Okay.
But how
What
how
connects
close
to
is
Vega
it to
though?
connecting?
Vega, does it connect with Virgil? Let me check. It
I
connects
thought
with
Virgil-
Null. Yeah, it does. It connects with Virgil. Virgil is a
But Virgil's Van Duel space.
yeah. That's what we just said.
But I don't think we're going to be getting Van Duel anytime soon. At least not their
Where is-
space.
Where does Oberon take us?
Vega is right next to
Hmm.
Odin, which is also right next to Sol, which is next to Croshaw. Like these are all, which is connected with Nexus, I believe. Right? Is Croshaw with Nexus? It's connected to Null. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
no,
Null.
you follow it through Oberon, and
Pharaon,
it just takes
Ritter.
you way the fuck out there.
Yeah.
Takes
Far
you to
out, man.
Orion.
Far out, dude.
All right, so
There's Caliban.
we have
Yeah, Null is pretty connected.
we have Toil or Thol or how do you want to pronounce that? Tohil, Toil.
Yeah, Toll.
So that
Total.
one
Toll.
connects to
They have
That
a
one
fee
connects
for
to
using the jump point. They call it the toll.
The toll.
yeah, toll. So that one branches off of Nyx, and that one connects with Xi'an Space.
But
Yeah, so
why is Null's star pulsing?
because it be pulsing.
Because it's null. So let's
Oh no. I
take a
tried to
look.
get information on it and it just filled the whole screen with the pulsing star.
Where is my favorite system?
Oh, this is a binary? No, that's just a planet that's... Oh my god. Don't land on that planet.
What, Null 1?
No.
What planet?
Laul. Laul?
Laul?
La...
What
Laul.
system?
Apparently in English it's Virtus.
What system is that?
Virtus. It's a Xi'an
Virtus.
Space.
Yo,
The planet is
do you think
literally
we'll-
touching the star.
Oh,
Oh,
do you think we'll get Tamsa anytime soon?
Probably not.
It'd be sick.
But holy shit, this is huge. Not as
Tamsa
big
is
as
a black hole.
That's where you go to jump to dump all the systems you don't want to keep anymore, like all those extra missiles in your hangar bay.
Yeah.
oh yeah, a star that has. This is a planet that has been evaporating away since the star entered its red giant phase. That's craziness.
Let's see
wait, so
here.
which star is it?
That's Virtus.
Oh,
it's
Virtus.
Xi'an, yeah. And it's literally that's
Okay.
the only thing that's there is that. Well, it's like got that planet, and then you go way far out, and
Yeah,
then
Virtus
you've got
2
like
and Virtus
two
3 with a belt in
belts
between
and
them.
stuff.
Oh,
Then you
that's
have
then-
Virtus
oh, that
and
is
then
a
you have
big
Virtus
planet
4.
too.
and 6 way out there.
Wait, what size is, or like what type of planet is Virtus 1?
Wait, 6? What?
Yeah, go
Hold
out. Scroll out more. There's a 6.
I only see 4. Are you sure you don't have your
Is my shit not back? Maybe I was reading it backwards. I swear to God, it was a VI and not an
I-
IV.
I was gonna say
I
before
swear to
me
God, it
makes
was a
4.
VI. I
was like, what do you mean there's more? I knew it was big, but geez.
Yeah, that's a 4. That's a
No, I know that's a 4, but I swear to God, it was a VI. I swear to God, I saw a VI.
No,
and I was like,
it
yeah,
was
that's
his-
a
village
stick.
in.
His less Styxia kicked in.
Yeah, that's it.
You mean it dicked in?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, got fucked. But yeah, Xi'an Space, smog planet with rapidly rising surface temperature due to increased heat from the system's red giant. So, looks like it's a system that's extremely not livable even for the Xi'an.
Oh, and then Indra or Kukya has a similar thing where, oh no, this is a binary. There's just it's just got a little lad next to it.
Look,
Which one was that?
I wanna live in Kellogg.
Kukya or Indra.
Ugh.
So also in Xi'an space.
I want to live in Kellogg because, that way I can wake up every morning to a hearty breakfast.
Yeah, it's part of a balanced breakfast.
That's right. XIS. Okay, interesting planet name. Well, what do you guys think? Are we
I think it would
settling
be-
are we settling on Magnus as the next system?
I
think Magnus
think
is the
Magnus
next
would make
system.
the most sense.
Pretty likely.
I think
Okay.
they just round out Stanton's jump points,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's finished.
Honestly,
No,
I think
what
that's
we
a
really
good
need to
guess, and
do-
I like that.
Well, they're most likely next one's going to be Horus. To appease
Well, they
all the
could-
40k fans.
They could put out Oso as well. Oso is a connecting system between Pyro and Castra. So I mean, that's an option.
Where does Horus even lead? Nowhere near.
I wish it would show me.
It takes us to Kiel. which literally it has one. It looks like it. Yeah, no, it has one other. It has a similar thing with with that other one where it has a planet right next to the star.
Oh, there we go.
But then it also has Keel 2. Oh
There
no,
we
this
go.
this goes to Hadrian as well. But it also has a named planet, Severus.
I'm sitting here on the star
Snape?
map trying to figure out if I've got
No, just Severus. Looks like it has one moon.
Dude,
And then Keel Belt Alpha, Keel 4, Keel 5. This one has 6 planets. Acid.
you want to hear something fucked up?
what's that?
What?
If you want to get from Stanton to Seoul, you have to go through Pyro.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fucked up. It's almost like Pyro is a core system.
Yeah. Unless there's another route that I just haven't seen yet, but I kind of don't think there is. Like, I don't think Cathcart connects anywhere.
Oh, and Palace looks like. Oh wow, it has a planet way out there. Palace 5. I'm curious how much of these systems is going to change.
I don't think the galaxy map is going to change. I think it's just going to be the thing they follow.
Maybe.
So
You can go
You-
through Nexus. Does Nexus connect to Pyro?
you can avoid Pyro, but then you have to run through Nyx.
So you have to go through one of them.
Or you can avoid Nyx. Wait, hold on, I'm double checking this.
I'm sorry. There's a planet called the Red God in Nexus.
Yeah, I saw that.
What the fuck?
That's
Just a
pretty
gas
much the only
giant.
thing of note.
Come with us on an
On-
expeditionary tour of all the systems around us.
Join us on a tour to the Red God.
What I think is cool is they don't have jump points to a lot of these Van Dole systems. Like they're military classified space. So like in the view
Yeah.
that Kelbeck has open, like there are 5, 6, 7 that literally you cannot jump to. There is no
Which-
jump point to them.
which
Like
makes
Volt,
sense, because they would
Vermilion,
be-
Virgo, Veritas, Voodoo, Vagabond, Vesper, Vendetta, all of these systems do not have jump points to them, and they are military classified.
Yeah.
Well, there are
Which is
jump
cool.
points to them, but they're classified. They're not going to be on
Well,
public
that's-
documentation of the map
that's-
system.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I lied. No, you have to go through Pyro because you have to go through Pyro to get to Nyx, and then you have to go through Nyx to get to Vega, then to Null, then to Croshaw, then to Sol.
Yeah.
But the
Week
more
long process
interesting-
for some guy gaming just to get to like a system. He's like, I want to
Yeah,
go see
no.
what Earth looks like, and he's like, I gotta
It
jump
looks
through
like-
5 planets. Monday, I'm getting off work and I'm jumping here. Tuesday, I get off work and I'm jumping here. Like,
That just sounds like what I would do with Elite Dangerous when I was in my
Yeah, I
house.
mean, people do
Dude,
that in Elite.
that's-
they
that's
plan
exactly
out
why-
month-long journeys.
fair.
That's exactly why
I
we
mean,
need character persistence. I want to be able to get in my ship, I want to make a jump, and I want to be able to log off, have my character stay on my ship while it's jumping. If something happens to my ship while I'm not there, it may as well, it's almost like being asleep in real life. You're not there, shit happens, your ship blows up, you die.
You set an alarm so when you take damage in game, your phone wakes you up in real life. Like you're just like, oh, I gotta go.
Dude, I kid you not, as soon as they put out an API for this game, there are going to be people making apps for that shit. If their station gets attacked, if their ground locations get attacked, anything that can trigger some kind of an alert in game, they'll find a way to link that API call to an application or something.
They
Guarantee
just
it.
get like LED lights and it's like red flashing in their bedroom. They wake up and they're like, this is real.
I will
Red
say,
alert,
I do
babe!
think it's
Red alert!
interesting that
Get to your station, quick!
Exactly.
I do think it's interesting that there's all these Vandal systems that you can't travel to, But there's also like 5 or 6 that you can.
Oh no, it's not that
Yeah.
you can't get there. It's just that if there is a way to get there, the way is classified.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm surprised that there's not more that's classified. Unless unless the Vanduul invaded, and then there were already people living there, so they said,
don't the Vanduul have a different way of jumping from point to point anyways? Like it's built into their ships.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think they need to use jump points.
Some kind of rift technology or something.
Yeah.
It's called the Vandoozy.
Vandusi.
Vandoozy.
No, that's what they're hiding in those classifieds.
Yeah, that's their weak spot.
That's actually where the Vandusi is.
Yeah,
that's where the Vandoozy is.
Many a Star Citizen are trying to locate the Vandoozy, and we can't find it. We found the clitoris, but not the Vandoozy.
Even though it was a Star Trek and a half.
Oh gosh.
Fucking leg is so itchy, dude. I don't know why.
You know, it's funny. You have a Nexus jump point to a system called Hades, and you already mentioned the planet Red God. I don't know. I feel like Nexus is just a bad place to be, man.
Take me.
I second that. Me too.
I'm
Ellis, Lago. What kind of star? Oh Jesus, that's Bright Star. Dwarf A.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry to leave early, but I've got a gnarly migraine.
All right, man. No
how
problem.
Dare you? I mean, we're probably going to be wrapping up here shortly anyways. We've been talking about these planets for a good couple hours.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I kind of lost the plot of what we were talking about like a half hour ago.
No, we're just talking about...
We've already finished the plot. I think we were just...
yeah, we're just talking about the systems. I mean, the way that this goes anyways is we basically pick a topic, and we just start talking about it, and wherever it takes us after that, if we've run out of topics, we just keep talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I realized... There's, you ever realize that AT-AT backwards is Tatas?
Nice.
I feel like that is such a fucking stoner moment.
The best part is I've not.
Noctrilus, are you stoned?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm just autistic.
I am, and I could never have thought of that. AT-AT backward is Tata. God.
Red God.
Yeah, Red God.
Do we get to see some Tatas and Red God?
My gas giant.
Yes.
I just realized that there's also 3 Xi'an systems that are classified.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably... I don't even have a reason for that. I'm not going to try and speculate.
Well,
we don't even know where
my guess is that it's just more like some sort of agreement between the UEE and the Xi'an to keep them hidden. Either that, or it's hidden from the UEE, so they know the system exists. They just don't know how to get there because it's classified by the Xi'an.
You know what I find funny?
Genosy.
I find it funny that in order to find Nemo, you have to go through hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the Xi'an that were the turtle people, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be the Turtusi?
Ooh. Gotta crack it when the hard shell, get the stuff on the inside.
That's what Johnny Depp was looking for on the Isle of Tortuga.
Tortusi.
I think we've devolved into just...
I don't know what's happening.
We've lost it.
I'm just tired.
We've
tired
lost
now.
the fucking plot.
You know, out of curiosity, what direction do you think we took from Seoul? Davin or Croshaw?
Probably Davian.
Yes.
Yep.
One thing I'm kind of surprised about here is that there isn't there is an Alpha Centauri, or I think is it Alpha or Proxima Centauri that's closer?
Proxima Centauri is the closest. Alpha Centauri is like the one.
Technically,
next to it
Alpha and Proxima Centauri is a binary star system, but the stars are on the outer perimeter of their orbits.
That's
Oh,
what I
yeah,
thought.
That's right.
So yeah, it's a binary star system, but they're far
So-
enough away that they could be separate stars.
Yeah, we shouldn't
But they
assume their
still-
star system though, because it's on a spectrum.
Right. Sorry.
Just like us.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
exactly.
every one of us.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Every
only
one of
some
us is on the
are
spectrum, all
diagnosed.
right? I mean, how
There's
else?
For
a
those of you
planet named
watching-
Yar.
For those of you watching, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that bell for more. Just
Oh
saying.
yeah. Totally
Nice.
do.
Don't
I'll be
Leave it-
dropping
leave it
a
to
link
the crew
down
to-
below.
Yeah, leave it to the crew to bring that up because the captain,
The
his mind's
captain's
gone.
busy. Okay,
The captain's out right now.
The crew's
the
got
captain's out right now. Can I take a message?
Beep.
I think we're all out right now. But all right, guys.
I'm reading about Yar. I don't know about y'all.
Yar.
Yarr.
Yeah, Yar in
It's gonna be-
Centauri.
It's gonna be the pirate the pirate capital.
The native
Yes.
language.
I mean, Yar.
It is a red desert.
Yar. Oh, Krendor, you've become me.
Oh,
You're
I know it's Centauri is so fucking bright, and I
That's
can't
what
click off
happens.
it.
Do we have Centaur? Wait, what? Where?
yeah. It's over by Vendetta. It's connected to Nolan Elysium.
No. Yeah.
Oh, there's Centauri. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do we have a Vandul system so close to Sol?
I don't
It's
think it was
literally
by
two jumps
choice.
away from Sol.
Well,
I'm gonna
remember
agree
they
with
don't
Krendor
really.
on that one. I don't think we just chose.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think we chose to have Soul there. I think it just is.
I mean, if it were my
Yeah.
choice, I would like Jupiter closer because it'd be cool to see in the
Yeah.
night sky. But I didn't.
Personally-
I didn't get a call.
Run those
Personally,
birds.
I'd like to see Jupiter have a little bit more mass, so we can just yeet something into it and get a second Sol.
I want to take a vacuum and just suck up all the atmosphere of Jupiter and just see what's down there.
Oh,
Let's
I
just
think
see
it's
what's
What's down there?
Let's take a big
I was
fan
gonna
to blow the clouds away.
Look,
Just do
I
that
mean,
with Crusader.
if we have big enough ships, we can go in and just start siphoning off the surface of the planet. Eventually, we're gonna get to the core.
No, we just take all our ships and we face away from the planet. We put on the e-brake and then go full thrust forwards. It'll push a bunch
it's hot dog
of
o'clock.
afterburner backwards.
I
It's
don't
like how
think
much
that's how.
afterburner
I don't
will
think
get to the
that's
center of the
how
Tootsie Pop.
space brakes
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, for any of you EVE Online lovers out there, it's hot dog o'clock is appropriately what that is supposed to be named.
Oh boy.
I forgot that Mars is terraformed in this lore.
But
Oh, so they know who Elon Musk was in the
So
world.
So
Yeah.
or no. Well, my thought was so there's more similarities with 40K than not.
Why do
What
we
do
have
you
to
mean?
bring fucking 40K into this?
You mean 401K? Because that's what I have to pull from to pay for the model.
I thought it was
Yeah.
called a 30K.
No, that's a different.
we don't touch that
Oh,
dirty
different
word.
kind of 30K.
Oh, sorry.
A feature that shall not be named.
I wish I could zoom further out on this map.
All right, gentlemen. I'll catch you later. Have a good night.
Yep. no
Later,
worries.
Very
Riz.
good ones for Stompy.
On that note, guys, we're gonna go and wrap this up. It was a pleasure having you all here with me today, and we'll call you guys back again next week. Every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing this stream. New topic, new things to joke about, and other random bullshit happening. Depends on how high on life we are,
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Or just high
But,
in general.
Yeah.
or just high in general. Yes, precisely. So.
Operate your Tata.
Next week, if you're free around 9 p.m. Eastern, you got 2 hours to kill with our boring jargon. Not even jargon, just fucking whatever.
Yapping.
Feel free to swing on by, give us a watch.
We're just fucking yapaholics over here.
We speak fluent Japanese.
This isn't
Yep.
this isn't a video per se, but feel free to like, subscribe, comment, ring that bell, whatever all the other YouTube crap is. Man, I really need to have a
Buy our
script for this.
Lunchables knockoff.
I really need to have a script for this.
Molded Lunchables knockoff.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have lead or mold. We have nickel in ours.
Yes.
Don't ask how.
But yeah, so where was I? You guys, god damn it. Oh yeah, the whole liking, subscribing crap. And then
Yep.
9 p.m. Eastern, guys. Be there or be square, because this is where it's at.
Or be
Okay,
trapezoidal.
Yeah.
Be rhomboid.
Yeah,
Stop
be a
it.
rhomboid.
You choose your geometry.
Yeah.
And with
If
that,
you want to be an icosahedron, then go ahead and be an icosahedron.
And with that, we're gonna
I'll
go ahead and close the stream for this week.
icosahedron.
Thanks for joining us, guys. It's been fantastic. We will see you again next week. Have a good night. Cheers.
Bye.